This is going to be the tutorial that's going to show you how to do the Shadow Tracery Stitch. And for this tutorial you're going to need 2 colors, and also I'm using a 5mm hook just because I'm using wash weight yarn, but this can be done using any size hook and any size yarn. So feel free to use it with cotton, or if you want to make a shawl or something like that. It's a really cool stitch. This stitch definitely needs 2 colors to be able to make it. It's called Shadow Tracery Stitch, because basically it's the shadow. It looks like a shadow. Let me get a little closer here. Looks like there's a shadow that's kind of following your stitch. This almost looks like it has a shadow. So it's best if you can pick kind of a darker color to be the shadow that traces your whatever you want to call it, puff stitch. I call it the popcorn cluster. So definitely get 2 colors. I have picked different colors. Sorry for going out of focus there for a moment. I'm going to put this to the side. I decided for my main color, hopefully it'll show up good on camera, is this, and I'm going to use a little bit of a darker color for the shadow. So let's go ahead and get started. It's very important I'm sorry. It's very important with this also that you follow the pattern exactly when it comes to what side. You need to pay attention to what side your project is facing, because you'll be doing one row in this color, and then basically you're going to go right back over that row with the next color. You're not going to be turning. So always make sure at the beginning of the row, if you're following the pattern, to stick with the right side and the right color. Always be aware. So we're starting with our A color, which is this light color. Will be our main color. And this stitch is in multiples of 6 plus 2. So with your main color, go ahead and chain in sets of 6 until your project is as big as you like, and then we'll get started. I went ahead and chained 18, and I'm going to chain 2 because I'm ready to get started. And to begin, you want to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So count 1, 2, and in the second chain here, do a single crochet. And then you want to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 2 stitches, making sure you don't count this one where you just did your single crochet. You'll count 1, 2, and then this third stitch you want to do what's called a popcorn cluster, because that's what it reminds me of. So what you do is they basically want you to half double crochet 5 stitches together. So what you do is, if you've ever done my cluster beanie, it's basically the same, except you're working it all in the same stitch. So you'll yarn over and go into this stitch. Remember, you skip 2, you go into this third, pull up a loop, then you'll yarn over and only go through 2 of those loops. So you're basically doing an incomplete double crochet, and you want to make 5 incomplete double crochets in the same stitch. So that would be 1, yarn over, go back into the same stitch, pull up a loop, 4 loops on your hook. Again, you are only going through the first 2. So yarn over, pull through the first 2, and then you'll repeat that again. Same stitch, pull up a loop, 5 loops on the hook, yarn over, only pull through the first 2 loops, leaving you 4 loops on your hook, and 3 incomplete double crochets in the same stitch. Yarn over, go into the stitch again. Remember, you want 5. You yarn over and pull through only the first 2 loops, leaving 5 loops on your hook. Then yarn over and go into that stitch one last time. 4, 6, you have 7 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and then you have 6 loops on your hook and 5 incomplete double crochets in this one stitch. Then you'll yarn over, pull through all 6 loops, and then you'll want to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. skip 2 on this side, 1, 2, and in the third stitch put a single crochet. And that's basically the repeat right there. You'll be chaining 3 on this side, doing your popcorn cluster here in the center, chaining 3 on the other side, and skipping 2 stitches on either side here at the bottom. Skip 2, skip 2. It looks like a little eye. So now we're going to be starting our repeat. So we chain 3, skip 2, 1, 2, and in the third stitch here we're going to be working our next popcorn cluster. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, only go through the first 2 loops. Yarn over, go back into that same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, only pull through those 2. You're going to do exactly what you did a moment ago. You'll be repeating this for the whole row. So I'm going to go ahead and keep pulling through my first 2 loops only until I get my 5 incomplete double crochets. Again, pull through all 6 loops, chain 3, skip 2 on this side of your popcorn cluster, 1, 2, and in the third stitch do a single crochet. Sorry for all the banging. They're still let me see if I can close the window. They're still doing construction next door to me. I hoped they would be quiet a little longer, but they're obviously done with their lunch or whatever. So just a second. Okay, hope that helps. I don't know if it will. Okay, anyway, so go ahead and continue on. Again, chain 3, skip 2, and then you'll do your popcorn cluster again in this last stitch. So go ahead and do your popcorn cluster, and I'll show you how to end the row. When you get to the end of the row, you have 2 chains to skip, and the very last stitch is where you will put your single crochet. And then you're ready to get started with your second color. So what you're going to do is just pull up your loop, just so that it, you know, if your yarn gets pulled a little, it's not going to unravel. And you're going to back up to the beginning of your row here, where we did our single crochet and chain 3. Get just a little closer here. And I'm going to get my yarn that I'm using for my Shadow Tracery. And you're going to make a slip knot with it too. Okay, I hope I'm not too close here. I feel like I'm too close. Okay, so you're going to go right in to this beginning single crochet. I just want to make sure. Oh, I'm going to do a single crochet attachment. So much easier. So you go into your single crochet like you always do, and what you'll do is, get my yarn here, is you'll pull up a loop. So you're basically grabbing up the loop, and it gives you 2 loops on your hook, and then you yarn over and pull through both of those loops to create your single crochet. And then you'll chain 3, and in the top of your cluster is where you'll want to put your single crochets. You'll skip 3, so 1, 2, 3, which is the 2 chains, and then this little stitch here, and then you have this other stitch to the left or to the right, whichever video you're watching, and you'll do a single crochet, chain 3, skip 3 stitches, or skip 2, these 2. You'll be going right into the top of the I guess it is 1, 2, 3. Be skipping. No, usually I go here. So I guess be skipping only 2. So you chain 3, you go into the single crochet. Then you chain 3. Then you find that stitch on top of the cluster again. When you're following, doing the stitch of the cluster, you just keep finding. Yeah, see, I should have. See, 1, 2, 3, and this is the top of my single crochet. Though it's kind of a pain to go in. Then you chain 3, and then you go into that cluster stitch. You're basically going to be repeating this for the whole row. Chain 3, go into the single crochet, chain 3, go into the top of the cluster stitch, and you just continue that for the row till you get to the very end. And I'm going to show you now what you do. So I just chain 3. This is my last single crochet of the round. I'm going to go into this last single crochet of the round, and I'm going to do a single crochet. And now I'm going to pull that up. And you do not cut your yarn, by the way. So always keep your yarn with you at all times, attached. So keep that in mind when you start the project. You probably want to get a basket or something to keep your 2 colors in, because all you're going to be doing is dropping one color and picking up the next. So you drop your B color, which is your shadow color, and you grab your original color up again, which for me is the lighter color. And you'll want to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now you can turn. So you turn your work, and you can push this loop that's kind of loose here. Just kind of push it to back behind your chain. Just get it out of the way. Finding your first single crochet, which is this. And then you have your 2 chain spaces here, you can see that, and then you have your first single crochet, because remember last round we just did chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. Well, you're going to want to skip this first single crochet and the first chains and go right in to this next single crochet that's above your popcorn cluster and do a single crochet. Just like that. Then chain 3, and now we're going to be working our popcorn clusters in this top, because you want it to kind of be, as you can see here, grab it over here real quick. You want your popcorn clusters to be alternating, so you're going to have one here and then one here, then one here and then one here. You're going to go kind of like in a zigzag. So we did our popcorn cluster down here, so we want to do it in the middle now here. So yarn over, go into that single crochet and pull up a stitch, pulling through only 2. Yarn over, we're going to make our popcorn cluster the exact same way, creating your 5 incomplete double crochets. Goodness gracious, all that noise. I don't know how loud it is for you guys, but it's pretty loud for me. Okay, so I have my 5 incomplete double crochets, yarning over and pulling through all of my loops. I forgot to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 loops. Then you'll chain 3. And then you'll find this next single crochet here. Whoops, I'm off camera. You'll find the next single crochet here. You'll just do your next single crochet in it. You'll be repeating this for the whole row. Chain 3, do your cluster and the single crochet, then chain 3 and doing your single crochet here in the top of this single crochet. You'll continue that for the row. And when you get to the end, I'll show you what to do. Okay. I've come up to my end, just finished my popcorn cluster and put my single crochet. And now I'm at the end of my row here, so I'm going to chain 3. And then in the very last stitch here, your single crochet, you'll want to do a double crochet. So pretty much from now on, you'll always be doing a double crochet, and then you'll be chaining. You'll be chaining 6 before you start your next row. Just repeating these 2 rows over and over again. So the row you just did here will be 1 repeat later. Okay, so we got done with this row and we're ready to shadow trace it. So I'm going to pick up my other color. Remember, you don't turn. After you complete a row of your popcorn clusters, remember you go and you pick up your next color. That's back here. And now just set the other one aside. and you'll want to single crochet in the third chain. Remember, you did a chain 6 at the beginning, so if you need to, you can count back here, 1, 2, 3, and then this fourth chain here will be your third chain from the bottom. So 1, 2, and 3, because it's hard to see from behind. So 1, 2, 3, and I'll count this fourth one. I'm in the top of my 3, 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to actually bring my chain through this area here so I can see, and I'm going to go in through the proper one, 1, 2, 3, 4, this one. So I'm going to go in through this stitch, just my third stitch from the bottom, pull up a loop, do a single crochet. Wait, get a little closer here, and I'll do that again for you. So again, when you have your hook here and you're ready to pull it through, go ahead and make it come to the front. Bind that third chain from the bottom. You can count from the bottom up or count over to the fourth here. 1, 2, 3, easier to count. 1, 2, 3, this is my fourth. And I'm just going to insert my hook into that chain, pull up a loop, and do a single crochet. And now you're ready to start working with this one, this color. And we're always going to be doing the shadow trace the exact same way, which is going to be chain 3 and go into that first single crochet. Chain 3, then go into the top of the cluster. Chain 3, find the next single crochet. Chain 3, go into the top of the cluster. We'll just repeat this for the rest of the round. Keep saying round. Row till you make it up to your end again. And remember, both you don't turn until you've gotten both colors done, and I'm about to be done with this color. So at the end of round 3, you do a single crochet in the last stitch, and you'll just pull up that color. Back up a bit because it seems like I'm having difficulty staying camera. Okay, so pick up your original yarn, and again you'll be repeating for row 4. It says pick up the yarn, single crochet into the third chain. So I don't know where it says that, why it says that. I guess that was the row we just did. Oh, right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We just finished 4. So that was it for 4. Now we're on 5. Again, we're on the right side with the first color. Okay, now I know where I am. Okay, so you want to chain 1 and single crochet in this first stitch. So you'll be repeating 2, 3, 4, and 5. That 4 rows will be your repeating rows. So this is 5. And you will chain 3, skip 3, or skip these 2 chains here, and single crochet. I'm sorry, single crochet. You'll be doing your popcorn, your popcorn cluster here, because see, it's one here. So you need to do one here. So insert into this first single crochet and start your 5 incomplete double crochets. 2, 3, 4. Pull through all 6 loops and chain 3. Then single crochet in your next single crochet. Then you'll be repeating chain 3, find your next single crochet, and you'll do your popcorn cluster in it. 3, 4, and 5. 5 incomplete. Pull through all 6 loops, chain 3. So go ahead and keep repeating this for the rest of the row, and I'll see you at the end of this row. So I've reached the end of my row, and I'm going to do a single crochet in this Oh, in the third chain probably. Nope, just says single crochet to the last row. So we're going to find this first stitch here. Oops. To end our row here. Okay, that was the end of round 5. So I'm going to pull up my yarn, and again grabbing my shadow yarn here. From having my yarn in the back here, since it's not some long chain, I'm going to go right into that beginning single crochet. I hope you can see what I'm doing. See, I just picked up my loop, and this is our first single crochet, and then our chain 3. I'm going to go right into the top of that single crochet and do a single crochet, and we're going to do our shadow tracery the same way we've always done. It's just a simple row of chain 3 and then single crochet in the top of the cluster, then chain 3, single crocheting in our single crochets. So I think by now you probably have that down. I just want to show you what this looks like. See? It kind of looks, I don't know, kind of like a flower in a way too, but you'll always be working on your popcorn clusters from the front side. So all your popcorn clusters should be facing one direction. So you can kind of push them up front or push them back, whatever you want to do. So anyway, what you'll want to do, I told you to repeat 2 through 5 before, but it's more accurate to say you need to repeat rows 3 through 6. When you get done with this one, you'll be repeating row 5 and what we did for row 5. Let me show you that real quick. Again, when you get to the end, single crochet here, you just put a single crochet inside of it and then pull up. Sorry if I'm going off camera here, probably still too close. Okay, there we go. Then you pick up your main color again, and we're going to repeat round 3, which is the chaining 6 at the beginning. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn your work. You can pull your yarn back to the back again. And you're gonna skip the first single crochet in the first chain 3 and single crochet into this first single crochet that's on top of the cluster, and then chain 3 again, and you're alternating your popcorn cluster. So now you're going to be doing a popcorn cluster in this single crochet, and that's how you're going to continue over and over again until your project is as big as you want. So that's it. That is how you make the Shadow Tracery Stitch. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please don't forget to click like, and please don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to have this pattern with detailed pictures on my site at www.melodorascreations.com, and at the end of this video and in the description box below, I'm going to have a link to the playlist for all of my crochet stitches so that you can learn as many as you like. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching.